What is up, everyone? So it's a rainy Saturday morning and we're working in the garage. On the table is this, I don't even know what this is. It's definitely, oh, here we go. It's a white outdoor power equipment. Interesting. But it's basically the same as your standard Craftsman, MTD, whatever. They look almost identical. And the problem is, it doesn't start. The fuel tank is totally disgusting. I'm not going to do that in this video. However, I'm going to make a standalone. So if you want to know how to fix a rusty fuel tank, definitely tune into that video. It should be coming out pretty shortly. But in this video, we're going to see, is the motor good? 2, we are going to fix whoever thought this was a good idea. And then probably redo the carb. First things first is we need to check if this is even a viable motor. And I'm going to take the plug off, put a little Go power, or excuse me, some Go juice down there. And let's see if we can find anything wrong. A while back I had mentioned that I don't like using carb cleaner to, oh my, look at that plug. We might have an oil burner here. Anyway, I don't like using carb cleaner unless it is the non-chlorinated. And the reason behind that is chlorine, when you burn it or it gets hot enough, creates a toxic gas. Sorry, the oil's fine. Anyway, and someone went on this real big rant on how, like, yes, that's true, but it never gets hot enough to really cause a problem, so what you're doing is stupid, yada yada yada. And you know, you can feel that way all you want. I'm just saying, I personally do not want to even have that as a opportunity to have a problem. Put a new plug in. That plug was pretty bad. So if you want to take that chance, I'm not going to tell you a single thing about it. But I'm just saying, in my opinion, I would only ever use non-chlorinated brakes cleaner, excuse me, carb or brake cleaner or actual starting fluid for that reason. The throttle says fast. Not missing, there's no low oil cutoff, even though there's no low oil. The switch has no marking on it whatsoever, so I don't know if that was off or on. Let's try that. Yep. I didn't see any smoke. Didn't sound like it was knocking or anything like that. So I think what we are going to do next is take off that carburetor. Took the top and the air filter off. So now we're going to have 4 5/16. We're going to take this tray off. Kind of wish I just would use the impact, to be honest. I like using the air filter tray or cover as like a dish. There we go. So now we need to take off a couple more screws. Is this the right size? Yes, that is a T20. I just smell the fuel, just this complete trash in there. Cover your ears, by the way. this the style? Yes, it is. There's one on top too. Of course, there's a bar on top here. It's going to get in the way for one or two of them. Get an extension. Oh. Oh man, that stinks. And one more right here. Should take off this choke. Little bracket. There we go. Oh, it's an adjustable carb. I was not expecting that. 5/16 right here. Be very careful with this. It does like to go missing, and it's really hard to get a substitute for it. I think at this point we can gather these up. This one should be super long. Oh yeah. That one's not wanting to come out, but I don't really have a great place to pull up on it. So, yes, we need to take these off. I almost forgot. This is by far the most fun part about this whole thing. It's getting these 3/8 off. The older ones of these are a lot harder. Tighten it to see what's going on, and then now let's loosen it. There we go. The reason why is this area down here is a lot smaller, and that one's not too bad. If you need to, you could take the muffler off and have pretty good access, but over here there's really not good access at all. And if yours is not like this one, where you could take it out with your hands, maybe there's corrosion, sticky goo, I don't know, then, well, that sucks. I'm gonna see about something else on the top one. Now we can pry up on this. This gasket probably isn't gonna want to come off cleanly. So I wouldn't expect to reuse it if I were you. The kits aren't too expensive, so that's good. And a lot of times they come with like 5 or 6 different styles of base gaskets. So you just have to find the right one. There we go. The gasket on this one wasn't too bad, but it did rip a little bit. Let's give you a preview of what's to come with the next video. And look at that. Oh my, that is just beautiful. Always a fun time with a rusty fuel tank. Rerouted the wire. Took a piece of TIG wire and tied it to the end of it, shoved it down the shaft, and there we go. I think they're 36 inches. was odd. Usually it comes right off. I think it's getting crumpled. There we go. Let's clean up the end on this one. I think that was the problem before. There we go. So this black wire goes to the coil. And obviously the red one goes to the switch. Now you could solder this, probably be a better solution, but yeah, no. I think it slipped on me. Let's try this again. There we go, that's better. My soldering iron is not hot. This is theoretically not supposed to have really anything pull on it, so we should be set. And the tank is going to be covering a whole lot. There we go. There we go. Nice and secure. You could put something like tape or anything around it, which very well might. I thought about putting a heat shrink too, but nah. The heat shrink tube probably would be ideal. Then I'd have to take it apart again. I'd rather not do that. Let the lack of my preparation be a tool for you to not forget. Okay. I wanted to get the tank installed. So just a screw down there and the tank gets installed. Took the liberty of putting the carbon cleaner. And disassemble it's the opposite of what we're doing. Put this little spring in there. This is the part that we needed. This is usually what ends up failing. It gets hard. Piece of grass in there. There we go. This is a T15. At least on this one. Sometimes there are fill-ups, but those are usually aftermarket. This does not need to be super tight, just snug. You don't want it to leak, but you also don't want to bend it or warp it. And do opposite corners. Just like every other thing, you tighten down. There we go. Make sure the needle has no goop on the end of it. Sometimes this is not here. If you have a fixed jet, there's usually at least a port. And I had 1 half turns before, so I'm going to leave it at that. Pretty good. And then voila. It's pretty easy. I did clean the surface. This is the style of gasket that we need. This is what came off. This is the replacement. So usually if you buy a kit, you get like 5 or 6 in a different kit, and just find the one you need. I would recommend getting the kit because the kit usually comes with the gasket as well as a diaphragm. Okay, now I just need to put it back on. Have the gasket. Just something like that. Like I said, if you don't know how to clean the tank, watch that video. It turned out very well. In fact, it turned out so well, kind of wish it was dirtier. There we go. Let's speed this up. Here we are. Has fuel, oil, new plug, new air filter, all that jazz. And with this one, I do have to pull it a few times because it will need to fill the little cavity in the tank. Watch the cleaning video if you don't know what that is. And yeah, I don't really want to do that, but let's see how many pulls it takes. We have choke. I forget if that's on or off. Don't think it matters. Full throttle. I do believe the belt snapped. Well, good thing I have a new belt. But, well, I hope I do. Let's take a look. Okay, the belt actually just slipped off. Let's take a look now. There you have it. Just actually tightened up the little adjustment on the handle. It has a cable going to the arm for the belt. Tighten that up. Doesn't seem to be a problem. So we have yet another one ready to go to the great land of someone else's property. So I will leave you at that. If you like what you see, keep watching, subscribe, follow me on Small Engine 101 on Instagram, and I'll catch you on the next video.